So caught up thinking about Grace, I forgot you were here.
No, I understand.
Drink?
No, thanks.
Listen, Ivy, why don't you go to bed? I'm not very good company tonight.
I don't think I could sleep. I'd be worrying about you, Sam. You just shouldn't be alone at a time like this.
You know, I still can't believe what happened. When Grace first told me she was going away with David to prove to him that we belonged together, I didn't believe it. Then I thought about Grace, the kind of woman I knew her to be. I came around. You know, Grace had me convinced that she was sincere. She was going away with David for us. For our future.
And all the time, all she wanted to do was sleep with another man.
You know, I can take almost anything from you, Grace. But not this. We're finished.
Sam was just sickened by the thought that I'd slept with David. And I'm sure Ivy didn't tell him the truth, that David was sick, and I was just trying to keep him warm with my body heat. Sam. If only I'd gotten to you in time to explain.
Oh.
David? You all right?
I'm relieved to still here. Thank you, Grace. Thanks for sticking by me.
Don't talk about my wife like that. She's not some bed-hopping tramp. The man she slept with was David, her legal husband.
I'm sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to upset you. But I don't know how you can defend Grace, especially after she said that going away with David was to prove her love for you. She lied to you, Sam. Grace made love with David. You saw them together in bed with your own eyes. Oh, Sam.
Grace. Grace lied to me, saying that she was going away with David to help him resolve his feelings for her. And she was really going away to test her feelings for him.
Well, we certainly know what Grace is feeling now. What we walked in on made that abundantly clear.
You decided to stay with me instead of finding Sam to explain what he walked in on.
David.
You chose me over Sam, Grace. That means you love me. It means you want to be with me and John as a family.
David, you don't understand. I didn't stay here the whole time with you. You must have had too much of a fever to remember.
Don't remember what?
I had the doctor come in and sit with you while I went to find Sam. But, it was too late. He and Ivy drove away before I could stop them. I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry to disappoint you about there being a us.
No, don't apologize, Grace. This is all my fault.
No, it's all my fault. And I'm the one who sent this whole thing into motion. Consequences be damned. And now I'm paying the price. I've lost Sam. I've lost the man I love.
I hate to see you hurting, Grace. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I don't think there's anything you can do, David. I don't think there's anything anyone can do.
Look, Sam, I am sorry to be so blunt, but I think it's time you faced the truth about Grace. She's not the saint you think she is. She's just a sinner, like all the rest of us.
It's just hard for me to believe that Grace did what she did.
Well, I know it hurts, Sam, but let's be honest. It's not like Grace and David just fell into bed out of the blue. There were signs that things were headed that way. We've caught Grace and David in compromising positions before you found them here in this very room in each other's arms. And we saw Grace kissing David when the elevator at Crane Industries almost crashed. And we even heard Grace tell David she loved him. How much more is it going to take to convince you that Grace wants to be with David, her husband, and not you?
David, you're still so sick. You're still shaking. You know, you really need to stay warm. And stay in bed until you get your strength back. And don't worry. I'll stay here as long as it takes.
Forget about me, Grace. You need to go back to Harmony. You need to talk to Sam. Tell him what he walked in on. I can't be what costs you your future with the man you love.
And I can't leave you alone in this condition.
So have the hotel doctor come back.
I can't. He had an emergency.
So then have a bloody maid stay with me. It doesn't matter. What's important is that you get to Sam before it's too late.
I'm afraid it already is.
No, Grace. As much as I love you, and I do love you very much, I want you to go to Sam. I need you to go to Sam. I could never be happy if you were this miserable. Please, go see Sam. Go see for yourself where you stand.
All right, so Luis and Sheridan are still separated. Big deal. It's old news, Tabitha. What about Miguel and Charity? Why are they still together?
They won't be for long.
That's easy for you to say, because, you know, you're on witch time, but I'm immortal, remember? I would really like to have Miguel back before my baby graduates from college.
And you shall have him, dear. But first, let's take a look at the doings at Shea Bennett. Your father is home alone with poison ivy.
You're right. It's hard to admit. Grace broke faith. You know, I can't believe anything she says anymore.
Well, Sam, for what it's worth, I don't think that Grace deliberately set out to hurt you. I'm sure she's confused, torn about what to do. Although how Grace could choose David over you, I don't understand. I mean, in my humble opinion, there's simply no comparison. And if it were up to me, I'd choose you over every other man on the planet.
Thanks for trying to make me feel better, but... Oh, the only thing I can think about right now is hitting the sack. I'm beat.
Yeah, you know, I'm really tired, too. I can't wait to get to bed. Do you think you could help me to my room before you go upstairs?
Yeah, I'll come and turn down your sheets.
I can't leave you, David. You're still too weak.
I will manage. Now, please, you must go to Sam. You must talk to him. You must tell him what he walked in on. That we hadn't made love. That I was sick and you were only trying to keep me warm.
David, if I left you and anything happened to you, I could never forgive myself.
Fine. Then I will come back with you to Harmony.
Like you're in no condition for the drive.
I will be fine. You won't be until you talk to Sam.
All right. We'll go to Harmony.
Good.
Why are we looking at all these other split-up couples? The only one I care about breaking up is Miguel and Charity, and that hasn't happened yet. You know, I mean, they're still together, and I'm still alone.
Oh, well, at least you got me and Fluffy.
Tabitha, you promised that if I stuck by you, I could have Miguel. So what's the holdup? I want him, and I want him now.
And you shall have him, dear, if you just start using your brain box.
I have to stop being so dependent on you. Besides, our first grandchild is coming soon, and I need to be up and about so I can help.
I still can't believe it. We're gonna be grandparents.
Yeah, you know. Here goes. Thanks for saving me again.
My pleasure.